Hey guys, what's up? Coaching for the Soul, Thursdays at 3 has begun. Yes, yes, yes. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Whatever you are. Whatever you do. Yep. Okay. If you are here live, please say hello. If you are watching this on my YouTube channel, please subscribe to the channel. Please like the videos. Please leave a comment, even if it's just an emoji, because we need people around the world to see this broadcast of Coaching for the Soul, Thursdays at 3. So, yeah, do that for me, will you? Because I'll post this baby as soon as we are done with the program. Yes, yes, yes. So, we'll see who pops on. And I'm going to just check here and make sure that I'm on the right one. Okay. I think I am. Yep. All right, cool. So we're going to talk about something, a couple of things. And, hey, Sherry, how's it going? Yes, you're in Illinois.
I'm pretty good, thanks.
In Illinois, I'm assuming, I believe, yes. So, yeah, how's it going? You doing good? Almost the end of the year. Crazy. Thank God. Thank God. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. You'll have to come into the next connection that we do in January. It's going to be January 15th. Wednesday, January 15th. Yep. Yeah. So it's going to be pretty cool. Pretty cool. Yeah. We'll talk about all kinds of cool stuff. Last time it was just about just everybody introducing themselves and things like that on the Coaching for the Soul membership broadcast. Hi, Haley. Yeah, today it's interesting because today we're going to talk about all kinds of things. Hey, Haley, yeah. And because there's this guy that I follow, the Abundance Alchemist. And last night I went crazy on reposting on my Facebook page and into the Coaching for the Soul private Facebook room, right? And hey, Kimberly. And yeah, it was, hi, Nancy, how's it going? So that's going to be the major thing I'm going to talk about today. Yes, energy is very interesting. Hey, Jody. My fellow Capricorn. Yep, yep, yep. Yeah, so we're going to talk about that simply because my mom was here this afternoon, and hey, Kathy, and she wanted me to play Christmas music. Well, I don't have anything up for Christmas, right? I'm not doing Christmas this year. I'm not in that space, right? And so her number one song that is her number one Christmas song is "Oh Holy Night," and so of course that always gets me because of the words in the song, and it's a past life thing, right? So I listened to like 3 Christmas songs and I was done. And my mom was here. He's like, I can't believe that you don't have something up for Christmas. Can't believe they're not. Mom, I'm not doing it this year. This has been a rough 2020. It's been a rough 2024. And she says, well, you know what you need to do today on the show is you need to talk about all the things that people ask you all the time in readings, in questions, on texts and stuff like that. Yeah. So we're going to do that, because I'm assuming she was the one who was talking about it last night in my head as I was posting everything, because every other posting or every other thing that I saw on my phone or my iPad was from that person. And they were all really good, really, really good things. So, yeah. So we're going to talk about that. Yep. Hey, Kristen. Yep, we're going to talk about that. And then maybe a little bit of astrology. Mars is retrograde. And I believe it is in Pisces. And that's interesting. And we will... oh, Jody, I'm sorry. I thought you were a freaking Capricorn. Yeah. So, yes, we're going to talk about that. And there's a lot of retrograde planets, but on the 25th of January, they all line up in a row with the sun. It normally happens for us in July, but this year it's happening in December, which is kind of interesting, right? I don't know why, I'm going to find out why, because it normally does not happen in the wintertime. It normally happens in our summer. So we can see it, right? It's very, very, very cool. It happened last year in the summertime, in July. It was impactful for everybody because all those planets in a line, including Earth, is energy-wise just a massive, massive, massive vibration. Yeah. So, I forgot to turn the dryer off. I'll be right back. I don't like the humming. Be right back, guys. Sorry about that. Here in Detroit, if you use any energy after from 3 to 7, Monday through Friday, it's double the amount it would be if you did it at 2 o'clock or 7:01. So I try to do nothing between 3 o'clock and 7 o'clock when it comes to anything that uses energy. The heat goes down, the air conditioning goes down in the summer. I don't do wash, I don't dry anything. Yeah, because it ain't cheap when it's double the price. So anyway, okay, so here's this. Oh yeah, the switch of the nodes happens in January, and it goes from Aries and Virgo to Pisces and Cancer, and that I believe is somewhere between the 20th. I think it's on the 20th of January, and the nodes are interesting because they're the dark sides of the moon. The north node is what's in the future. The south node is what you've already done. It's kind of a desert, but the north node, if you can picture it as being a wonderful rainforest, it's not, but it tells you what absolutely is what's in the future, which is good. Hey, Sue. So first I want to talk about, other than that, we'll go back to that, as like I was saying before, is that I've been following The Abundance Alchemist on Facebook and on YouTube and on Instagram, getting posts all three. And it's always questions that people ask me. And I love to look at those things and see how close we are, hey Yolanda, to each other, right? And so we're going to talk about one of them today. And it is 5 things: massive timeline jump, quantum leap. All right. And these are questions that people ask me all the time in readings. They ask me in questions that they text me, because I do that. A lot of people from my memberships do that when they have things come up and they don't know what it is, because that's part of the whole membership program. Or they'll ask me, hey Heidi, or they'll ask on our on the Coaching for the Soul memberships tribe private Facebook page. So it's interesting how the collective, at one point or another, we ask the same questions, which is kind of cool. Okay, so first one is people around you act different. Okay, I will get people who will say, well, Bill, I don't understand how people act different around me all of a sudden. In a good way and a bad way, right? Again, that happens all of the time. Hi, Lisa. Happens all the time, right? And the more aware you become of your energy, the more you are connected to who's looking at you, who's at work, in the grocery store, whatever. But the people that you know act differently. Why? Because you've raised your vibration, okay, without even knowing it, okay? You can have conversations with them. Some of it will stick, some of it will not. Eventually, none of it will stick, okay? You won't really have anything in common, even family, okay? When you are in a higher dimensional energy, again, quantum leap, we're all in it. If somebody's not in their spiritual self, if they're not working on themselves, if they're not doing their stuff, right? If they're not doing their work, you don't have a lot to talk about because you've removed yourself from the third dimensional negativity, which is talking about people in a negative sense, judging people in a negative sense, gossip, always negative. And it's interesting because you will feel, hey Barb, hey Kelly, you will feel, hey Adrian, you will feel that why all of a sudden aren't I engaging in this? It's kind of irritating. I don't get it. It's irritating. I don't get it. It's because you've raised your vibration without knowing that you've raised your vibration. Okay? And it will continue to rise. And you'll get further and further away from those people unless they come with you in their ascension. Okay? Because it happens automatically. You will never stop ascending. Okay? It doesn't matter what, you could put yourself in a hole and you would still come out of the hole and be higher than you were when you went into the hole. Okay? Because it's moving without us knowing until you get around people like at work or Christmas or New Year's and you're bored, right? You can't get into what they're talking about. You think, wow, what changed with them? It used to be fun. Now it's like, man, oh man, they're annoying as hell. It's because you changed, they did not. Okay? It would be just like if one of your friends, if you had not ascended, not doing your spiritual stuff, allowing it to happen, which is what, again, you can do it without allowing it to happen, and it's still going to happen. Only this is going to be a crackpot because you're going to have to accept it at one point or another to actually go, okay, I'm going on this ride, and I have to be on it because I'm being pulled that way. Okay, so it could be the other person, like I said, who has gone into their ascension, and you go, well, and usually this is what happens, guys. I'm telling you, this is what happens, especially with ladies, is that I mean, guys too, but ladies mostly. What's up with her? Man, she thinks she's something, huh? And the other person that you're talking to, gossiping, whatever, will say, well, no, she's going through some stuff. Well, when people say that, we believe it's negative stuff. It's not negative stuff. Does it come across with us as negative stuff? Yeah, sometimes. But most of the time it does not. Okay? We're excited about what's in the future until we're not. Okay? So that up and down is like our vibration. Right? Every time we go up, we come back down because we live in 3D. Right? But we're pointed and poised for 5D and higher. See? So if that's you, people will say, well, gosh, she thinks she's something. Guys will do it just on the bro level, right? Bro, what's up with him? Man, he's really changed. Well, he's got a girlfriend or something? That's the first thing that guys will say. Or he's got a boyfriend or what? Yeah. Okay? So it's happening all around you. And it's going to be really more in your face than ever before in 2025. And you will notice it. And you'll be like, wow, this is crazy. Because everybody's at a different level in their ascension. And if they're not in their ascension, they're not your friend. You will push them away. You will not allow the Klingons to do that. Because you can't continue to go from your fourth or fifth dimensional level into 3D and service and do all the things you want. It feels like you're in a quagmire. You're freaking in the mud. And when you leave that, what you do about that, you have to release that energy. You got to do guided meditations. You got to sit quietly. You got to have some great music on. However you clear that energy is the way that you clear that energy. If you don't know how to do that, contact me. I'll let you know. Okay? Because there's a way that works for you. Not everybody can do the same thing. It's impossible to do the same thing. But versions of it, yes. I mean, I did a meditation today about anger. It was something that I've never done before. It was a positive affirmation. And I thought, okay, Spirit wants me to do this, but I don't think it's going to work. Again, ego, that's really big right at the moment. And I'm trying to stuff it back down and cut its freaking head off. and I'm this much successful. Well, I got to do this much more, right? Because again, it just got done with Mercury retrograde, and we're in Mars retrograde, and my birthday's in 20 days, so that adds on to it too. See? So I did it, and Jesus freaking Christ. Come on, right? Who'd have thought? I didn't think, but ego didn't want me to do that thing, that's why. See? Something I would not have done. Had not they... I clicked on it because they clicked on it for me, and I listened to it, and it was an Indian woman. It was AI, I believe, and okay, I'm getting into this, and this energy in my chest was like, right, like, come on, fight me, come on, fight me, come on, fight me, come on, fight me. Okay, I'm good. Okay, I'm good. Okay, holy shit. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. And light, and light. And I'm like, oh my God, this is freaking crazy. I can't, right place, right time with meditations, okay? If I do it again, I probably won't get the same sensation. I've learned that, okay? If you're gonna go back to the same meditation, 9 times out of 10, it ain't gonna work. Not as good as the first time. So that's kind of cool. Getting ready for today, right? With my mom being here, right? Christmas music, which there's 3 songs that I like, maybe, right? That I can, I like old stuff, right? From back in the day. When I was a kid in the 60s and 70s, right? And Mariah Carey's good too. But yeah. But there's 3 or 4 songs that I'm okay with that are favorites, right? We all have those, mostly. Whatever music it is. But when you get in that space and you need to clear, because you're going to have to clear after holidays. Between Christmas and New Year, or Christmas Eve and Christmas, and New Year's and New Year's Eve. Okay, you're going to have to. Because if you don't, guess what? You're going to be WTF. It's only a week, it's a week span, right? And you're going to be so clogged up. Hey, Nancy. You're going to be so clogged up. You're going to January like, WTF, what the hell? Oh my God, though, January sucks. No, it doesn't. You just didn't release that energy from the holidays. You spent too much time with those people. Make sure that you limit your time with family unless they're in ascension spots, ascension mode, the majority of them. If they're not, limit it to what you can do, okay? Because if you don't, you're going to pull all that energy that's 3D and lower, and you're going to carry that because you're the light, okay? So, yes, hang on. He says, talk about flashbacks. Okay, I've been having them this week and last week like freaking crazy. It is, there are people I don't even know. And I'll probably know in the future, or I knew them as a different human. But it was in today's energy, today's situations, okay? As most of you know, I did retail shoes for 35 years, okay? And with 4 different companies, maybe 5 in 35 years. Yeah, probably 3 or 4. And very successful, everything else. But always go back to the shoe store. Always go back to the shoe store. Because it was pretty much my partner for a really long time. And I love my job. I'm a freaking Capricorn, right? So we all have our thing. And for Capricorn, it's job and money. Life is good when I got a really good job, really good money. I'll see you when I see you because it's Christmas time or whatever, right? So more and more of us are having these amazing dreams of flashbacks from childhood. I mean, this morning I was dreaming about freaking people when I was like 12. How's that about? From elementary school in 6th grade. Right. And Daisy's laying next to me. She got her cute. She had her head on the pillow next to me, and she's all, she's so funny. She wants to be a human so bad. And so I wake up and I startled her because I'm like, what the hell? This dream is going forever, right? Thinking, okay, this is kind of weird. I don't even know what time it is, but I feel like it's time to get up, whatever. So that was just one of them. Another one was with a guy that I have no idea who he is. I mean, no idea who he is. And I knew him, he knew me. And I'm like, okay. But I always have dreams where I'm younger. Hey, Kristen. Hey, Amanda. Hey, Lisa. And it's very interesting because I'll be 65, but I feel like I'm 40. So I think that's what it is. But it is very interesting when you have dreams of people that you don't know. And it's me. I know that it's me in this lifetime, right? So, again, we could have been in another dimension. We could have been all kinds of different things, right? Could be the future. I hope it is, because it was pretty good. Yeah. But those things right now, as you go through your ascension, are going to really come back as we get into 2025. Hi, Carrie. Going to be really intense. Okay? So understanding that because we're doing the timeline jump, because Spirit will tell you again and again and again, we're at quantum leap times 1,000 right now. Okay? Quantum leap energy is massive. It is what is pushing us forward. It is what is changing the face of the planet and the humans that live on it. It is what is activating the aliens to show themselves in 2025 and beyond. The drones that you see are not all man-made. They are not. Okay? That's what the government wasn't really interested in talking about them. We just know that they're not non-threatening. Okay? Because the government knows what they are. They know that they're here, right? And they know that they're going to reveal themselves in 25 and 26 and beyond. Okay? There's going to be an invasion. People think, oh, there's going to be an alien. No, there's not going to be an alien invasion. They're already here. Already here. You know, I mean, some more will come, but it's not going to be this being afraid kind of thing, right? So as you go forward into 2025, the dreams are going to get much more vivid. They're going to be dreams of the past, of your childhood, doesn't matter how old you are, right? You will have the same dream again and again with a different outcome. Or it starts different, okay? That is your mind wrapping itself around this massive energy shift. And I don't believe that it's spirits. Okay. I've asked Spirit, is it because we have so much energy and events from this lifetime and beyond? He says, not always. Not always. Okay? It could be future, which is true, right? But it also could be, he just said, you're messing it up. Okay, well, you're telling me what to say. So you know what? It's all good. Yeah, my mom's here too. So that doesn't really help because she's yapping, right? Tell me to slow down. Slow down. But they're channeling really fast. So the dream that you have, document them. I use my phone. Anything that's cool, I document it on my phone. I just wake up in the morning before it goes away, right? And these dreams are early in the morning because I can remember them. Always understand that when you have a dream and you remember it after you wake up, it's still in your memory bank, right? It's fresh until your mind disperses it. It either downloads it into your parts of your brain or it lets it go. Okay? Document it. Because even today, I can remember one of the dreams with the guy from Sunday. Now, why? I believe it's because it's when I meet this person or walk by this person, whatever, I'm going to recognize him. Chimes. See? So we all are going to have that more and more as we go into 2025. Thanks, Spirit. Yeah, chimes again. Yes. We want people to, interesting. We need people to remember those, okay. They say refresh and remember. Okay, so hang on. Oh, the dreams are meant to refresh this part of yourself your third/fourth dimensional brain is meant to, oh, I get it, to be intriguing to you so that you think about it, so that it helps to upgrade. When you think about it, it helps to upgrade your system so that we can go further with uploads and revealing what those uploads mean. So it's not, so they're triggering us. We're triggering you with this dream to remember this dream. When you have those dreams, your concentration, your abilities get refreshed. And that's because quantum energy is so fast. We can't keep up. Our body is not meant to be at quantum leap times 1,000. And you're talking like the speed of cable, right? I mean, you're gone, right? And that's what we're doing now. That's why our bodies can get into the space of WTF. They can get into denial. They can get into, I don't feel well, I'm exhausted. Well, most of us are exhausted just because the energy is shifting and there's a lot of fear in the energy at the moment too. Another thing that happens too with these vivid dreams is bursts of energy and creativity, right? And I can just say that I was talking to Kristen yesterday, and I don't do anything all day. Now I'm used to being the Energizer Bunny back in the day, right? I left my job 10 years ago, so to do this, and I was the Energizer Bunny, and I was the Energizer Bunny till probably COVID. Okay, but now, and I would feel guilty if I wasn't busy, because I came out that way in my life. And so chilling out and doing what I want to do, basically nothing, is what I'm doing because I told Kristen this. Spirit has said to me a number of times, and all of you, I would tell you this, if you have a chance to relax and not have an agenda, you don't have to meditate every day. You don't have to do something every day that's spiritual. You don't need to. You don't need to. Okay? That's ego getting you to believe, or people that are talking to you, or what you see, into chasing what you think you're supposed to do. Chasing don't work, everybody. Trust me, it don't work. What do a Capricorn do? We kind of chase and take over and push the person in charge out of the way because we got to do what we got to do to get to the top. No, it doesn't work in this. It doesn't work in this. They are in charge. And having to surrender, it's not giving up. Surrender is relaxing and going, okay, I can't change my soul journey. I don't know what my soul journey is, the damn contract that I signed before I came to the planet. But they know it. My soul knows it, which is your spine. Okay? But I don't. So why am I doing things, because ego's telling me to, believing it's going to get me further ahead? It's not going to. If they want you to do something, they will drop it in your face. Trust me, they will. And there's all kinds of people who constantly tell folks that, well, you have to have a plan. There's no plan. You can't have a plan. Because your ego is going to completely take over that plan and get you over here when you're supposed to be right here, right in front. Okay? So, as I was telling Kristen, right place, right time, right? They're going to bring you and put you in the place at the right time because we have a timeline, but we don't know what the timeline is, right? They told me 8 years ago I was moving to Hawaii. 8 years ago? 7 years ago, okay? I'm not there yet. But they also said, Bill, you have to do all of your work in Michigan. You got to do all your work in Michigan, Bill. You cannot move to Hawaii and learn. You got to do it all. Chimes. Do it all here. Them chimes ain't rang till just right now and before. So trust me, they're in the house, including my mother who's right there. And she's shaking her head. She's shaking her head, yes. So I forget that sometimes. But also what I did when I heard about the Hawaii thing and blah, 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 is it okay? I'm going to jump on this bandwagon, right? Okay, it's going to happen soon, ego. And planned it out. No, still here. Still learning, right? But I can't do anything about being on the same trip as them because I don't know what the plan is. So why get frustrated thinking that you know the plan because you don't? Ego does not know the plan. And people will say to me often, well, Bill, I was thinking. Stop thinking. Stop thinking. Just stop thinking. Because if you're thinking, ego's involved in that thinking, as it has been your entire lifetimes, over 12,000 years or more. And it's always going to want to keep you in 3D because that's what it's comfortable with. And it's hard. It's hard for some people just to, it's hard for me. It took me forever. And people say that about meditation. Bill, I just can't stop my monkey brain. That's because you don't know how to relax. You don't know how to relax. You're at octave 10 all the time, or 9, and you're boom, 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 boom. And all of us are energy generators, right? So it can keep us up at night. Our vibration, boom, 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 boom. Yeah. How do you take care of that? By relaxing earlier than bed. It wakes me up at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning where my body's just vibrating. Boom, and I'm shaking. Boom, 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 boom. And I'm like, okay, Spirit, what the, WTF, right? What's that going on? And then I say something because they want me to. Gotta tell them what the hell, I'm trying to sleep. So not only are they seeing my beam of light, but they're also sending energy down through that beam of light when I get into REM sleep, like all of us. And my generator, which is my heart, boom, 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 pulsating that energy out. All of us have that. All of us have that. And if you haven't seen it yet, you haven't felt it yet, good job. Because once it happens and you are truly in surrender and you're truly being guided by them, it can happen at any time. But mostly when I am in bed. See? So those bursts of energy happen, and the person who does my website, I love her to death, Terry, she used to hound me about being creative. I got to be in the space to be creative. If I'm in neutral, I ain't doing nothing. There ain't nothing creative about nothing. Hey, Lindsay, there's nothing about it, nothing about anything, right? And then all of a sudden, boom, I'll do graphics, I'll do this, I'll do that, I'll do this. So, whoa, you were productive. Yeah, I got a burst. Lasted 2.5 hours, but that's all I got for the week. 2 weeks, 3 weeks, right? Because of the timeline, because of ascension, because of that quantum leap energy, which is pushing us forward as fast as possible. It also means that you're headed towards your destination, right? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Because that's what's going on, right? Because you can't be creative with, again, creativity for me is my heart gets big and I'm happy. And I'm anxious and I'm really like, ooh, come on. And they talk. Different guides always with creativity. I can be in the freaking shower, right? And I'm talking to spirit, whatever, all of a sudden, bink, some new guide comes in who's my creative guide. And okay, Bill, when you get out of the shower, you gotta blah, 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 blah. I'm like, okay, hopefully I can remember after I towel off. Because, hopefully Daisy doesn't want anything or whatever, that he gets sidetracked. So that happens with all of us. It's going to be intermittent, right? It used to be, Jody just said 333. Yeah, it is. Awesome. Yes, it is. And so you can't push yourself. You can't push your creativity because it's not going to work. Just like you can't push your spirituality. You can't push your ascension. You can't. They're God. Your guides are the divine. They're connected to God and the universe, right? They know your soul journey and you do not. And the more that you push and you try to think about things you can do to keep your face on Facebook or to keep your face on YouTube or do these little things that are not authentic, right? It is you believing that you need to be seen. Okay? And it doesn't work, and people will say, Bill, I need to try. Well, who told you to try? Well, I believe it was my guides. Okay, so try. See what happens. And 9 times out of 10, yeah, you know what, Bill? Nobody signed up for it. Nobody signed up for the sound healing. Nobody signed up for whatever it is, right? And that is because you're trying to create something that they're not approving. They said another word, but I'm not going to use that word. It's way too complicated for me. Yeah. Okay? So when those bursts of energy come, awesome. Do something. I cleaned my house yesterday. One of my friends called and said, so what are you doing? Cleaning my house? I said, why? Well, because guess what? The burst of energy today. And the dog I'm allergic to big time. So I vacuum every 2 days, right? I mean, I'm cleaning stuff off. I'm cleaning the dust off here, dust off there, everything, right? Because the burst of energy came. Now, was that the first time that the burst of energy came other than vacuuming in a month? Pretty much. Pretty much, you know? So when you have those downtimes, take the downtime, right? Hey, Shelly, take the downtime. But when you get that burst of energy and it's all for you and you're either at work, being really productive, you're not at work because this is what you do for a living or you have a part-time job or whatever, or you don't have to work, cool. But understand the rhythm, Spirit says. Understand the rhythm. Because there is one. There's a true rhythm in what happens. And I will tell you, at the beginning, 10 years ago, when I knew nothing, I was all about that creative energy, which for my job, I truly had every day. I needed to be that person in 3D. And I was exceptional at that. But as time has gone by, 2015, 16, 17, 18, 19, no, because I'm not that third dimensional circus performer any longer that needed to do certain things to be at the top of his game, to stand out, to be extremely good at what he did. So now I've learned, right? So if they give you downtime, don't get depressed. Don't go like, oh my God, you know what, Bill? I don't have any energy. I don't have this. I don't have this. I don't. Stop that stuff. Because I get in there too. Trust me, I get in there too. Especially when it comes to hanging around all freaking day, right? You can only hang around so much, right? And sometimes you want to be creative, but the spark's not there. So when you get the creative spark, that's when you do it. Okay? Synchronicities get constant. I mean constant. Angel numbers, and angel numbers. Right? Thinking about somebody I was thinking about somebody today that I have worked with in the past, doing readings and things like that. And they called 3 minutes after I started thinking about them. Okay, that's kind of cool. More of those things, which normally don't happen to me anymore because my vibration is up here, right? Usually they're not. So the connection is gone. But fortunately, I was just thinking about the person, you know? And I'm a big person now to, if somebody sends me a question or sends me something on not Instagram, like on Messenger or just in text. And if I'll say, do you have a minute to talk? They're like, yes. And it's easier for me to talk to them on the phone than to answer the question or for us just to discuss what they sent me than it is for me to text. And they're like, Bill, I'm so glad that you called. Well, yeah, because I can't explain to you what is going on here in a text. And that's what texting is bad for in relationships. Don't ever text with a boyfriend or girlfriend, or don't do that, because it's always going to blow up in your face because there is no energy. There is no positive, negative energy in a text, and they will take it the way that they feel at the time. Understand that. I learned that last year. No more. No. See? And again, it's easier for me to talk to somebody on the phone to get my energy across and to give them a true spiritual answer than sending them a text. But the synchronicities are going to increase 100% as you go through your ascension. as you go through these timelines, right? And also understand there's other dimensions we live in at the same time. That's what deja vu is all about. When you go, oh my God, I have deja vu. And I've had deja vu like crazy for the past year. I mean, it's like every day. And that's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Because I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm having, and there's nobody here but me and the dog. So I'm talking to basically myself. She kind of listens. Not really, because she doesn't listen to anybody. She's her own little entity. She has her own agenda, big time. You know, at 18 months old, right? She thinks she's the boss. Yeah. And she's like a 13-year-old teenager who doesn't want to listen. So, yeah, you know what? So, but Daddy always wins. That's what I remind her of every time. Daddy always wins. Always. I'm bigger than you. That's the way it goes, right? Right? So, but I do say this, oh my gosh, Spirit, blah, 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 blah. That's kind of cool, because I love deja vu, because I always have since I was a kid, because it mystified me. How do I know what I know? How do I know that I've done this before? I didn't know about the alternate dimensions. No clue in the 60s and 70s and 80s and 90s, right? Not an idea at all. But it was always interesting. It was always interesting. Yeah. See? So the synchronicities, the conclusions that you get as you end. How can I put this properly? Because they're swearing, and I'm not gonna swear, because that's what they do, right? Because they're my best friends, right? I mean, you gotta make them your best friends. Because if you don't make them your best friends, where they can talk to you the way that you're gonna understand it, they're gonna give you a jibbity jash, and you go, okay, so what does that mean? And I've done that before I went, okay, we gotta talk the same. And in fact, I said something to my friend Kathy. I think it was on the weekend, and she was just laughing, carrying on. And I finally called her and said, okay, you know what's going on, blah, 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 blah. We talked for an hour. Yeah. Those are people that you make that connection with, right? And as a community grows and gets bigger, you're going to intersect with people like that. You're going to get people like that. And one thing I will tell you guys, no one knows the best way to go through your ascension. They don't. If anybody tells you that they know the way to get you where you got to go, ditch them. Ditch them. Because they have an agenda. And the agenda is usually ego-based, and it is so they can show you in the world how great I am. It's self-image. They need that appreciation. I'm leading them. This is what I'm supposed to do, but it's all an ego. No one knows the exact way to do it. It's suggestion. And if it resonates with you, awesome. If it doesn't resonate with you because of ego, you got to go, okay, I've got to quell that. I've got to shut that down because I don't know what Bill really said. Then text me, call me, whatever, and I'll explain it to you. But 9 times out of 10, when we don't receive something properly, it is their ego and some of your ego. I tell people this all the time. Sometimes I'm the worst force in my life because, and it's been like this since I was a kid. Prove it to me that works. Prove me to it. Prove me that works. I'll follow you wherever you want to go, right? If you're going to tell me to do something, you got to prove me that works. Why? Because I'm not wasting my time and my effort on that. I've been that kid since I was young. Drove my parents crazy. They usually didn't do it, and I did whatever I wanted to do. Even in my jobs, right? Well, prove it to me. And they kind of went, okay, yeah, you got the energy to just go back and clean the cooler at the 7-Eleven that I ran. Yeah, I know. And oh my God, within a week, 2 weeks, like, okay, bump him up to manager, blah, 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 blah. Okay, let him go do what he wants to do because he cleans everything and everything's amazing, blah, 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 blah. Well, again, that's hard work. That's dedication. And I want them to leave me the hell alone. So when you get somebody, and I've had these people, I think I told Kristen this yesterday, is that when I started out, it was at some type of gathering in Mount Clemens, Michigan, and I was new, and just because of my energy, and I was a guy, that people scorned me. And I actually asked the person who was putting it on, who's a lovely woman, Janice Guerin, and she said, and because I didn't understand it, right? I mean, I'm new to this, and I could feel the energy, that the anger come towards me. I didn't understand that because, again, I thought it was all love and, everybody's on the same page and there was no ego in there. And, I quickly understood that there's more ego than there is in real life in 3D, because they're all trying to score something. And I never wanted to score anything. I was always like, oh, okay, they're going to take care of me because that's what they do. And it's true, right? Didn't surrender, but then I realized that when you have this energy, and this happened to me in my jobs also, and I know a lot of you have the same energy that I've got, people don't like you because you're here. You guys have heard me say this. You're here and they're here. They're never going to be here because they have to break their ego first. They have to do a lot of work on themselves to stop being a tarot card reader. What the spirituality of the tarot card reader, right? It's the energy that they give out. And I quickly learned that. And what is also funny is that we would do exercises and things like that. And because I was clairvoyant, it just, hey Bethany, it just came out of my mouth, right? As easy as pie, as easy as anything, right? And they looked at me like, how the hell do you know that? Them? Don't you have that? No, I don't have that. Oh. Do you just have your intuition? Well, yeah. Or what else called? Well, there's people that went, he thinks, no, I don't think anything. That's you. That's you thinking something bad about myself that you're portraying. You're thinking that it's me. And we get a lot of that. We get a lot. And I'm telling you, as you go through your ascension, in the next 6 months, you're going to be like, Bill, WTF, I don't get it. What's up with all the hate? Well, because you're ascending quickly, because you're a light worker, starseed, right? They need you to be in place when all hell breaks loose. Because it's going to in 2025. It's going to. And I love it when people have conversations with people and they channel without knowing it. But they're the same people that say, well, Bill, my gosh, I don't know how to channel yet. We know how. I want to know how. It just comes out of your mouth. Because, well, Bill, what, am I going to hear? No, I don't hear anything when I'm doing this. I may question some things. Hey, hang on a minute. I got to really pay attention to what they're pulling through me, right? But I don't have a script in my head at all. And when it happens to you guys, you're going to be like, Bill, you're not going to believe this. I believe it. New Year's Eve parties, Christmas Eve, all of it. Friends night, game night, whatever. Yeah. And everyone's going to be amazed that you actually said that. Because when you're conscious yet unconscious, because you're playing a game, or you're in a group of people, comes out of your mouth without knowing what you said. And I've said this on this program many times. I've never said it before in my life. Because I just channel it. And you all will do the same thing. Like I say, when people stop you in the grocery store, at the restaurant, at the gas station, whatever, want to tell you their life story, your responses are not going to be thought of. It's going to be like, blah, 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 and you're like, where the hell did that come from? And the person goes, oh my God, God bless you, I love you. Oh my God, I'm so glad you understand. Oh my God, I'm so glad. Yeah. And that's what it's all about. Because Kristen says, I know this about my energy, but then also have to remind myself not to seek validation from others. Exactly. Exactly, Kristen. Exactly. Because the validation from others is ego-based on their side, right? because they're like, oh my God, you're so wonderful. Oh my God, they're so great. And we accept that. Usually without even saying anything back, because we shouldn't, right? But then we have to, again, on the way home or whatever, have to say, okay, Spirit, so what was that about? And it's usually about how are you going to accept that? And are you the first light worker that they've encountered? Are they, your energy is just wonderfully loving and understanding and just flows out of you. They're not used to that in the world, right? And so their guard goes down, and that's the blessing because they receive what you're saying to them. And that is an awesome thing. It's an awesome thing. Why do you think YouTube's so popular? Because you know what? Especially the spiritual stuff. It is on fire right now. That's why YouTube is putting all kinds of rules in place, right? Because they're living in third dimension, right? They don't want fortune tellers to be telling people to send them their paycheck, or they don't want people to no, right? You can no longer, if you're doing tarot cards, you can not show any nudity anymore, because that is, again, the book banners and the people out there in the United States that want everything to be Puritan. That's bullshit. Get out of here. Leave me alone. You know, our kids will say, that's the people's problem, not yours. It's not your job to do that. Not your job to do that. You can tell how I feel about that. No, it's a free will country. Is it going to be after January? Yeah, it's going to be tough. We may have to hunker down a little bit and decide as a collective how we're going to do something. And my friend Angel posted something on Facebook today that she was at a store and everyone in the clothing store was dressed like the women who wear the bonnets and the hand mail, I forget what it's called. And everybody was dressed like that. And she thought it was kind of cool. I said, well, those protests are going on all over the country. Handmaid's Tale? Yes, I think that's what it's called. And that's what they're doing. There's Angel. Yeah, handmaids. Yep, handmaids. See? And it's true. That's one form of protest, right? Because, and it's awesome. It's so awesome because it's silent. It's silent. And I would assume the people that shop in that store, which is pretty upscale, it's a pretty nice store, boutique, right? Like you see in the mall, aren't shopping there. And if they are, they're not buying. Or they don't get it. They don't get it. But it's a protest. And you'll see those types of protests all over the country in the next year. Yeah, see? Because it's quiet. It's quiet. But again, that fits with our spirituality, right? Is that some way, somehow, it's going to show us more of our power in the future. And trust me, we will be willing to do what we need to do in the collective because the light always wins in the dark. Always overcomes the dark. And it will do it again, and it'll do it again this time. Yeah. But be ready as we go through this time, as this quantum leap gets more intense, that these things we talked about today are, if they haven't happened yet, or they're happening this much, they're going to happen this much. The synchronicities are going to be crazy. In fact, I was with Lee Friday night. He ran out of gas, so he's got a car that only takes E85 gas, which is kind of weird. He got a new car, and he ran out of gas, and it took us 2 hours to find an E85 station. But when he got the gas in the gas tank, it was 444. He gets in the car and goes, I put $4.44 of gas in this jug. I'm like, you're kidding. He goes, no, look. I went, holy shit. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. Reminders of your future, reminders of the positivity, reminder of everything that we live for, that we're here to do, is in angel numbers. Those are kind of like a spirit has done before. Put the shiny things in front of our head to get us to ascend, right? Been talking about that for 6, 7, 8 years. The Hansel and Gretel effect, right? They put something in front of our face to distract us as they help us through ascension. And we get to grandma's house, right? And the bread we put on the ground to get back home, the squirrels have eaten. But you're in this great place right now. And you kind of freak out, like, okay, I don't really like this, Bill. I need to, you don't get to go back. They've led you into your ascension. And that's what they're doing again. That's what they're doing again. See, is leading us into the future with all these synchronicities, angel numbers, and numbers that are angel numbers that we don't think they're angel numbers. My personal was 811. My address, the house I grew up in, right? I use it all the time for different things. I see it on buildings. I see it all the time on the clocks. It's pretty amazing. And many times I have to go back and look and see what it means, right? 847, 535, 590, all kinds of these numbers that actually mean something. And the more that you receive those, the more you need to Google them on your phone because they mean something for you now or in the future. Constant energy retrieval. Constant energy retrieval. You're receiving energy from your clocks, from an address, whatever. The grocery store, right? You can see angel numbers on grocery store, on your receipt, on the price, all kinds of things. All kinds of things. See? Nancy sees 111 or 1111 all the time. Exactly. They're trying to lead you. And when you see those numbers, you need to Google them because they're trying to, because you're not receiving the messages from them about your future, because you haven't allowed them to guide you as much as you need to, usually, meaning the surrender part. And sometimes it's just to get your attention because maybe you're further than that. Maybe you're in a higher dimensional energy already, which I believe is Nancy's case. And it's just a fun thing to remind you that how far you've come. Look at how different you are. Look at how blessed you are. Hey, Jessica. And that's what's important. That's what's truly important. Okay? Because we can become dumb to things that we're used to. And they have to keep us on our toes. Keep us on our toes. So anyway, guys, I think that's it. So Christmas and Hanukkah on the same day this year, which is kind of bizarre. December 25th. So that's kind of cool. I asked Spirit about that, and he said because of the timeline, because of the it's always been usually separate, but now the collective is together against the dark force. Okay, because Spirit and God and their beliefs are all coming together against what's ahead of us. And we're always going to win. Keep that in mind. We're always going to win. It's some dark stuff that's coming. And we just have to make sure that we're staying authentic. That we know who we are. We know what we're doing in this lifetime. And what we don't know we're doing in this lifetime. Understanding nothing will happen to you. They can't touch you. It's all good. Okay? So, Coaching for the Soul memberships are 10% off till the 31st of the month. If you want some type of coaching, some type of connection with me, where we talk every single month, usually the people that I talk to, I mentioned some of them on the program because of what we talked about is very interesting, is very, very awesome. And I have 5 different levels, and it just depends on where you're at and what you actually like to do, where you want to go, and how fast you want to get there. It's a pretty good program, billhobart.com. Readings are $85 for 30 minutes, and $110 for an hour, until the end of the month. And what else? Yeah, I think those are the two things. There's another one too, but I can't remember it because they're talking to me at the moment. What? Telling me to freaking hurry up. I got God all day. I ain't gotta do nothing. Right? Sometimes you gotta tell them, I ain't got time. Stop. No, don't tell me what I gotta do. That's me. So namaste, everybody. Have a great holiday. Enjoy yourself. Chillax. Right? You know what I'm saying? Nothing is bad. It's kind of a pain in the ass, but you know what? It's all good. And Bethany, you're going to freaking Brenda tomorrow, right? God bless it. Get in there and do what you got to do and tell her and have her release that junk that you're carrying, sister. Because you don't deserve that anymore. Time to work on it and let it go. She's seeing Brenda tomorrow. And that's a good thing. Everybody needs to see Brenda if they can, because I'm telling you what, man, oh man, she can work magic. I don't know how she does it, but she can. If you want her number, you tell me, just text me and I will freaking send it to you. Merry Christmas to you too, Lisa. If you guys need anything, you know where to find me, okay? Remember about your time frames at holiday parties and things like that. Don't spend 4, 5, 6 hours with people who are down here, because you'll regret it. You will regret it. And you'll be like, Bill, how do we get rid of it? Well, guess what? You're kind of screwed, because now you have to, I know, it's an energy-packed week and a half of just total BS, right? And so you're stuck in that time warp of this, my family, this is where I came from, I love my people. I know, that's great, that's wonderful too, that's great. But I can spend an hour and a half with you, maybe 2 hours. I gotta go. Yeah, dog needs to go out, whatever. Gotta go to somebody else's house, whatever. It's okay to do that. It's okay to do that. So Hanukkah, happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, enjoy yourself. I'll see you on the 26th. Gift certificates. I'm doing gift certificates again this year. You buy any gift certificate, you get a 15-minute reading. May increase it to a half an hour. So that's what that's about. But I love all you guys. I appreciate you so much in 2024. It's been a pretty awesome year. It's been a pretty WTF year too for all of us. Okay? So namaste. I'll see you next Thursday. Coaching for the Soul, Thursdays at 3. Oh, go over to YouTube in 15 minutes and like this video. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe and leave a comment, even if it's just an emoji, because I need followers and we need to send this message around the freaking planet so people can understand what we do on Coaching for the Soul. See ya.